What is going on YouTube? My name is Lucas and today I'm going to be talking about AgEagle. And after we've had a couple days to really let AgEagle settle in, the quarterly earnings call, go through the earnings report, settle in as well, it's time to really evaluate and see where this company truly is, where it's headed for Q4 and where it's headed for the future. I really have started to assess not only this company but really started to dive into the entire UAS market. Obviously we talked about some acquisitions, maybe some more partnerships of the future, and there really is truly a ton of stuff out there. So expect a lot more videos on not only AgEagle, but that entire sector as a whole. But back to this, I wanted to do this video because I think there really is a lot of information that we could gain from this earnings call, specifically from Michael Droz, his confidence, his demeanor, how he handled the call. So all this is going to be in this video. So if you're interested, I suggest you stay tuned right after this. Before I start to unravel all this information and hit you with some numbers, I ask that you guys smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, comment down below, and now it's time to fly into this video. So I'm going to start this video out with, if you truly sit down and look at the numbers from Q3 2019 to Q3 2020, it was absolutely amazing. I mean, year over year, the increase in a lot of things, which I'm going to hit on, was absolutely amazing. I think the thing we have to remember too, and a lot of us put a lot of pressure on this company, I feel, but it is a small company and they are still growing in a very growing sector, especially with it being the drone market. I mean, there are so many sectors and there's so many different avenues that this company and the drone market itself can head. You have food deliveries, you have COVID vaccine deliveries, you have medicine deliveries, you have small package deliveries. I mean, you have security, surveillance, you have all different avenues. And you got to think there's a lot more that can go into that as well. Manufacturing the parts, supplying the parts, the manufacturing of the drone itself. I mean, there are just so much. And this company I feel like it has its hand in on everything, but they just don't want to get too far ahead. They want to focus and perfect a craft. So I really think, as we start to look forward and progress in the future with this, we have to keep all this in the back of our mind. I do think that there is a lot of potential when you're talking revenue for the future, and they've hit on that numerous times. I mean, you're talking about a massive growth market here. So now I'm going to dive in and really kind of give you my perspective on the financial situation from this earnings report. It's really exciting to see some of these numbers, and it's time to break down these key financials. As we're going through, some of these words are going to stand out to you guys, and they were eye-popping for me because, they're amazing to see, and it helps support, why this company did what it did. So swinging on over here, key financial highlights. Revenues for 3-month reporting period ended September 30th, 2020, increased significantly to a record of $750,000. You like to see the words record, especially when you're talking quarterly earnings and earnings reports. So that's a key word for me. Record of $750,000 compared to only a measly $42,000 for the comparable 3-month period in 2019. For the 9 months ended in September 30th, 2020, revenues increased to a record $1.2 million compared to $108,000 reported for the 9 months in the prior year period. That is substantial right there. I mean, that really is. The notable increase in revenue was primarily driven by follow-on purchase orders for the manufacturing and assembly of drones and related package delivery equipment for the company's largest customer. So right there, that tells you that the major e-commerce, is really supporting this company. So I'm going to read that one more time because that makes a lot of sense, but it also kind of reveals some things. It says the notable increase in revenue was primarily driven by the follow-on purchase orders for manufacturing and assembly. So manufacturing and assembly of drones and related package delivery equipment for the company's largest customer. So that's a big piece of information right there. That really is. Continuing on, the gross profit margin on sales improved to 43% from 21% for the 3 months ended September 30th, 2020 and in 2019 respectively. Likewise, gross profit margin on sales for the comparable 9-month reporting periods in 2020 and 2019 rose to 46% from 20% respectively. You like to see that as well. Net loss for the 3 months ended September 30th, 2020 totaled $579,000 compared to $563,000, and the net loss for the same 3 months in 2019 for the 9 months ended September 30th, 2020, net loss was $2.2 million compared to $1.9 million in the year prior 9-month period. Overall, the increase in net losses were due to higher operating costs relating to shifts in our long-term growth and business expansion strategies. I think as you start to expand your company, you're going to start to experience some net losses. I think if you can keep them consistent and then also continue to drive them down, I think that's where you start to see a very positive, I guess you could say, number in net loss. Obviously, you don't want to have an overall net loss, but if you can keep it to where it's manageable and you know kind of consistently what that number is going to be, I think that's where it is a success. So continuing on, as of September 30th, 2020, the company's balance sheet reflected cash of $24.7 million compared to $718,000 as of December 31st, 2019. I could read that all day. The company had no long-term debt, and total stockholders' equity increased to $28.1 million compared to $4.3 million as of September 30th, 2020 and December 31st, 2019, respectively. The material strengthening of the balance sheet was largely due to the successful closing of equity financing completed in the first half of 2020. So as I said, that's how they raised the cash, which is very, very key. And it's going to allow me to do a lot more videos because of that cash, because there really is a lot of speculation in my eyes of what this company could go out and acquire, partner with, just the moves it can make with that type of money and zero long-term debt. I mean, we would be talking a little different if they had debt, but with them having zero long-term debt and that amount of cash on hand is very significant. I'll tell you what, this is where it starts getting really exciting. And I think when you hear CEO Michael Droz talk about the company, I think you get a really good perspective of not only where he feels his company's at, but how he feels about having stockholders, how he feels about just the excitement revolving around this company, the future this company has. And you can sense the vibe that he's putting off, and it's very, very positive. So swinging on over here, commenting on the record results, AgEagle CEO Michael Droz noted, "We are very pleased with the progress that AgEagle continues to make across each of our focused business segments." Obviously, the 3 segments, they have agriculture, they have hemp, and they have small package deliveries. So that is good to know right there. Among many key achievements in the second half of 2020, we booked our significant revenue from our e-commerce client. Our team has completed the relocation of our headquarters and manufacturing facilities from Naudesha to Wichita, and we have completed the redesign of our brand logo and launched a new corporate website. We have also continued to expand our team with experienced new talent, and we are aggressively pursuing and winning new customers and business partners, including Valqari and the Kansas Department of Transportation. Looking ahead, we will remain focused on driving revenue growth through marketing our contract manufacturing and assembly services, along with our innovative drone and agricultural solutions. Moreover, we will continue to evaluate potential strategic acquisitions that will further complement and strengthen our position as a recognized leader in the drone age. So I will break down what he says. I mean, that right there just tells you the advancements they've made. I think for them to really start to evaluate the company, to start moving, obviously, their headquarters, they've completed that. They've redesigned their website. That shows, hey, we're making an upgrade, we're enhancing. The logo is absolutely amazing. I really enjoy that logo. It's pretty sleek. But those are the things that you're putting in that are small details that show that you're strengthening your company, you're looking to advance and grow. And I mean, those are positive catalysts for me, at least, and many others as well. Break down some of the information that he was talking about in there. And I think the biggest one for me is the partnerships that they were able to get during the struggling time of the coronavirus. And I think for them to really have an equity stake and partner with the likes of Valqari is absolutely huge. If you go and you look at Valqari, you're going to find that there's a lot of people out there, a lot of companies out there that have a lot of respect for Valqari, but they also have a huge, I guess, outlook for that company. And so for AgEagle to partner and put some equity into them is absolutely massive. I think the next thing is that they got a huge deal, and they've been working with a program with the Kansas Department of Transportation. There really are a lot of doors that can open for this company when you're talking about not only the United States Department of Transportation, but then you hone it down and you're talking about the state you're located in, and you're talking about the Kansas Department of Transportation. There really are a lot of things that this company can do with that partnership, and that is massive for me. Number 2 on my list is the fact that Michael really emphasizes and hits on their manufacturing and supplying for the parts and obviously labor to other companies. I think that is a significant, piece of information because they can supply that based on their move to Wichita. And I think that that's going to be a major piece for this company as we continue to move forward, because maybe they don't necessarily manufacture the drone for a company, but they're going to be supplying the parts. Or maybe they, need to manufacture the drone for the company, and then they ship it out and that company utilizes it in whatever manner they want to use it in. I think that shows, the capabilities of what AgEagle is going to do. And there really has been a lot of people come out and say that AgEagle has one of the best, and they've, been very adamant on saying we are the leader in the industry. We are one of the leaders in the industry. And I think that's significant, and that stands out pretty good for me. The pieces of information that popped up in the quarterly earnings call but didn't really pop up in any of the reviews afterward was the fact that Michael stated that they are looking to add additional states for their hemp, and I think that's very significant. That shows that you're continuing to try to grow another sector that you're involved with. Even though necessarily it hasn't generated the money you've wanted so far, you're still focusing on growing that department. And I think that stands out as well, especially with Michael's background in that field. I think that this is a significant piece of information that may be put on the back burner for right now just because we're so honed in on the small package and package delivery aspect. But for them to get some more states involved and really maybe start getting some more partnerships in that aspect, I think that's big time as well, because that's going to generate revenue. All in all, I do think that this was a great quarterly earnings call. I think that this was a great earnings report, and we have to keep in the back of our mind, we did endure one of the worst pandemics, if not the worst pandemic in the history of the world in the coronavirus. Can this company capitalize on that? Most definitely. But I still think that in the bigger picture of things, the coronavirus is still impacting a lot of people to this day, and we have to keep that in mind, especially for small businesses like AgEagle, who has found a way to just keep it going. I think that this was positive from Michael Droza's standpoint as well. I think when you have a fearless and just relentless CEO who is continuously trying to make this company better, and it just trickles down to the executives and all the employees below, and you can just sense that vibe. This is a very positive and very driven company in a very ever-growing sector, and this is an ever-growing company. There's a lot of people that support this company, whether it is investors or just people out there in general. I think that this company will be successful, and it's exciting to see this. Now, my projection for quarter 4, I think it'll be very similar to the same, unless obviously the coronavirus just has a devastation. But I think the numbers might be just a little bit more down, but I still see it growing, and I see it being very positive. And I think that's what this company is going to continue to provide to a lot of people. 2021, I think, will be massive. I think you'll start to see a lot more partnerships. I think as we continue to expand and grow, you start getting a lot more employees and a lot more things start to happen for this company. We are very early on when you're talking about the drone market, and so I think that they're going to start capitalizing on it and getting out before a lot of competitors. So I want to wrap this up. I do want to remind you guys, I am not a financial advisor, and anything I say in this video is for pure entertainment purposes only, and that's exactly what I'm here to do, entertain. And you guys know how I do it. If you like this video, smash that like button. It helps out tremendously. And if you enjoy the content, because I'm going to keep the content flowing, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And as always, have a good day.